Hey, what's up, guys? We are in Miami. It's a place I don't know. I don't know what this place is, but it's a lot of shopping, so it's a great place to talk about today's topic. And that topic is very nicely aligned to what's going on in the environment and what's going on in present moment of my life, which is change, right? And that's what I wanted to talk about today, specifically the importance of change and why it's so necessary for you guys to change your environment and change the way you've been doing things, you live. Because one of the things that happens when you change your environment is, hey, you get really uncomfortable, which is exactly what happened to me, right? I told one of my friends that I'm starting to miss home already, and it's only day one. But at the same time, it reminded me why I decided to come to this trip, why I decided to do something different. And the reason is that it's growth, right? You want to be able to force growth. And one of the ways you force growth is by changing your environment and doing things differently. And what it does is it allows you to separate your current self and take a step back in your life and evaluate what you've been doing, how you've been doing things, how you've been living. And that's, I guess, what I'm doing currently. This is my first vacation, actually, since last year, actually. Last year I was in Miami, same event, and now I'm back again after 1 year. So 1 year I didn't take any vacation, right? And things got stale. Coming to Miami has just reminded me that, it's so important to take breaks. It's so important to stimulate your mind in different ways, in different places, and for growth specifically, right? Because if you're not growing, then you're doing something wrong. And I know everyone can't afford to travel, but the analogy, the example isn't just limited to traveling, right? You need to be doing things different in your life in general, right? You need to be trying different things. You need to be forcing growth. I always say this, right? Growth has to be forced. And I said this first in my dancing because I realized that I was getting a little stale in my dancing, and I needed to stimulate new moves, new growth. And so I had to force it, right? So, and that's where I got it from. Like, if you want to grow, then it has to be forced. Growth has to be forced. And that analogy, that lesson applies to everything in life. And I guess that's what I wanted to convey, right? For any young men out there who feel stuck, who feel like they're not growing, guys, you gotta push your own boundaries, right? You gotta move. Find a way to move. Just make a move, right? Make a move that is different than your current state of being, and that is different from whatever you've been doing. And I promise you'll see growth and progress in ways you haven't imagined. I keep going back to this YouTube example. Me starting this YouTube channel, even today, when I was coming off the airplane, someone commented, "Oh, what do you do? I'll follow you, it's really cool." And then another person, when I was checking in at the hotel, they were really asking me about my vlogging setup and what I do, and they were commenting about how they started a bagel TikTok account reviewing bagels and how that blew up. And so I was telling them, I started this YouTube channel and it's new for me and it's exciting and it's fun and it's adding a new dimensionality to my life, right? Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to talk about, guys. Force your growth, and growth is necessary if you want to become successful. All my topics tie around success, right? So everything kind of is a side of the same, I don't want to say cube, tetrahedral, but it's all part of the same motif. You want to be successful, you got to change your perspective, you got to change your vacations. You have to stimulate and force yourself into new uncomfortable situations. And so I'll leave you with that. Force it. Force the change, guys. It's really important. It's really important. Anyways, peace out from Miami. I'll continue to vlog. Hopefully I'll give this video to my editor who can edit and post it. And yeah, see you guys in the Miami vlog.